What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you can get notified of all latest content as and when it drops on the channel. So let's get into this. So as we know, big press conference yesterday. Completely stacked undercard, and main and co-main event featuring Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin, along with cruiserweight champ Jarrell. So the fully stacked card. But one of the big talking points from this press conference that took place yesterday was the man that stole the show, and that man was, of course, Jarrell Big Baby Miller, or as many like to call him, Big Farmer Miller. Now, his presence at the press conference in itself is controversial. He's a man that, as many people have said, and the truth is, the man's failed so many, at least 2-3 PED tests, had all sorts of steroids in his system and PEDs and all sorts of stuff in his system, every drug under the sun. But he's back. And that in itself is very very controversial. There's many people who will say, look, ban people like that for life. And I for one, in a sense, I think you've at least got to ban such people for a number of years. I don't know, maybe 5 years, 4 years, something like that, where it at least makes a big impact on their career. I mean, the Anthony Joshua situation was about probably 5 years ago. Now that we're in 2023. So he absolutely stole the show yesterday in the press conference. And you know what? As controversial, as as dangerous as his PD situation is, and all that, the cheating and everything is, without him, I will say, if I'm being objective, that press conference would have been boring, because he was the only one with a bit of personality, a bit of, he added some spice there, and he done that in a few ways. The combination between him and Dev Sani, as much as AJ said, don't ask me questions, you're not my promoter, I feel AJ there, but Dev Sani was being a provocateur, being provocative with the questions he asked people. And he asked Miller, well, what do you think of the, is there any message for anyone on this table? He spoke on Daniel Dubois briefly, and he just basically called Dubois a dummy. Yeah, thanks for being the dummy to sign the contract, and your manager has had to hype you up. And in a sense, Dubois, yeah, he looks like one of those guys that he doesn't look like the sharpest tool in the box. He comes across as a guy that's not like a deep thinker. He's definitely not a good talker. I mean, when he first started, he had nothing to say, just I want to win. He's just one of them that he doesn't say much, he does the fighting. But anyway, yeah, and he wound Daniel Dubois up a little bit, and it was funny. He said to Daniel Dubois, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass and blah blah blah. Dubois said, I'm looking forward to it. It was, which was, typical Dubois. I think Dubois, he just doesn't know what to say. I think he wants to fight. He's up for the fight, and he's looking for the KO. But yeah, Miller just destroyed him when it came to the talking thing. Yeah, and then also Miller managed to wind up Anthony Joshua as well, because Joshua, you could see that even the way he came in, he looked really serious. Everything Jarrell Miller said, he bit. Shut the F up, blah, blah, blah. So AJ was on a vibe where he was really, everything Miller said, he wanted to react, he wanted to bite, he wanted to fight. He was saying, I'll come and slap you. And, Miller just kind of trash talk wise, I think as much as he's a big time controversial figure, you could argue, he shouldn't even really be boxing again. And how does he get this big opportunity after that's the failed test? But again, he's just proved that boxing is not really about morals. It's about business. It's about entertainment, and I think the entertainment value that he brings kind of supersedes the drug use. The whole drug use and everything he's done wrong kind of goes out the window, because as I say, when you can talk like that, and liven up the whole press conference, even talked about Wilder briefly. I don't like none of them, but Wilder will beat Joshua, and Joshua don't want no smoke with Wilder. So yeah, he was winding, basically talking about Dubois, but Dubois wasn't sharp enough to retort, and talking a lot of smack about Anthony Joshua. And I think he did successfully wind Anthony Joshua up, but I thought that Anthony Joshua responded to him quite well. And while he doesn't have that trash talk thing, Joshua's not no good talker. He's not a good trash talker or anything like that, but he was serious, and he did seem like he was on it, and he was up for the fight with Miller right there and then. He just seemed like he was giving off that aggressive energy, like I'm serious, bro. Don't play with me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk about me. And but yeah, Miller entertaining at the press conference. Miller definitely stole the show, and he made that press conference worthwhile watching. As much as whatever we want to say about him, which is the truth, yes, big pharma, drug cheat, blah blah blah, that is all true, and there's no, that's a fact. But when it comes to the entertainment, the trash talking, the hyping guys up, and making sound bites and quotables and all that, Miller, he killed it in a press conference. He kind of made it what it was. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know about your thoughts about Jarrell Miller, the controversy, the fact that he's even on this card in the first place, and the what you thought about what he was saying, because he said about Dubois, you're basically a bitch, we smell the bitch, and blah blah blah, and basically calling him a quitter, saying, yeah, once a quitter, always a quitter. I took the knee against Joyce, took the knee against Usyk. Okay, yeah, you want to say that, cool, but at the same time, I would say Dubois, you can say that about him, but the difference is Dubois has been in there with the top guys, and I think where Dubois and Joshua missed an opportunity is they could have just said back to him, well, you're a drugs cheat who used all these steroids and PEDs, and in AJ's case, you could say, well, you're that scared of getting in the ring with me, you had to have help, you had to use all these PEDs and all that business to get in the ring, so who are you to talk? If I was them, that's what I would have said, and he would have to shut his mouth. But none of them were kind of sharp enough to sort of say that, and that's an obvious thing they could have said to him. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He did steal the show at the press conference. He did make it entertaining. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Until next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out.